Since signing from Ajax, Mohamed Kudus has been a revelation for West Ham. He's been a bright, shining light in an otherwise, at times, bleak and really poor West Ham United side. In my opinion, him and Bowen have propped West Ham up in many games with the assists and the goals to help West Ham get to the position they're currently in. As we enter this international break, ninth in the Premier League, top of our Europa League group, and through to the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup, Mohamed Kudus has been an influential part of that. He's played 9 games for West Ham, whether that's off the bench or started. He scored 2 goals in the Premier League, but has also scored some crucial goals in Europe and in that Carabao Cup game against Arsenal a couple of weeks ago. He's really made an impact. He's given West Ham an extra dimension, a bit more pace and flair and attacking sort of prowess as we push forward, whether he's been through the middle or pushed out to the right hand side. Now in this video, what I want to do is get to the bottom of what his best position actually is, because he's really impressed and he's been a special player so far in Claret and Blue. But I still don't think David Moyes has established Mohamed Kudus' best position. Is he better out on the right hand side? Is he better centrally in the number 10 attacking role? Or is his position best up front, which Moyes hasn't really tried as much in a number 9 striker role? So I'm going to go through the sort of strengths and weaknesses of his game in all the different positions and give my final view. So without further ado, let's move over to my tactics board and have a little look. So this is Mohamed Kudus to start with. We'll start with up front because that's been the position that he hasn't been given the most opportunities in. He's played the odd 20 minutes up front, leading the line towards the back end of games. But for me, I don't think this is his best position. We'll come on to his best position, in my opinion, a little bit later on. But I still think he can do a job here because he's got the pace and he's got the physicality, I think, to hold the ball up and to come back in and retrieve the ball, whether that's Lucas Paqueta, who's around this area here, or Fornals or Benrahma or whoever it is. And then you've got Bowen either side or behind, is what I'd expect. Or maybe up with a 2-man up front, maybe with Antonio in this second sort of striker position alongside him. But let's just, for argument's sake, put him up front on his own with 20 minutes to go. We need a goal. Chuck Kudus up front. What's he going to give us? He's going to give us a bit of pace. If we get the ball to him, he's not going to be scared to run at centre halves. Yeah, he might not give the physicality of perhaps Mikel Antonio up front in terms of winning headers, but he's certainly, not going to be brushed off the ball easily, is he? He's got that bit of, and even if he does lose the ball, I've noticed in games that he has played, he's quick to run back and nip it back and get stuck in and put his foot in and retrieve the ball back if he has lost it in a certain situation. He's done that on many occasions so far in Claret and Blue, and that's one of the big reasons why he's impressed me, because we've had flair players who've been brilliant attacking wise, like Felipe Anderson is a name that springs to mind in the past, who as soon as they've lost the ball, it's gone. They sort of a leisurely jog back to help defensively, and is no real help in that sense. But Mohamed Kudus isn't like that. He's more of a, if he loses it, rush back, defend, and help out the team. And that's why I think he benefits more out on the right-hand side. But if push comes to shove, if we are going to play him through the middle, I do think that is an option, in my opinion, because worst comes to worst, he can play there. He could make an impact, but I don't think it's a position that David Moyes has tried out probably as much as maybe he would have liked, or maybe he will do in Mohamed Kudus's, opening, whatever, he's played 9 or 10 games for West Ham in the Premier League. I think that's mainly because Jarrod Bowen has occupied that striker role if Antonio or Danny Ings hasn't been on the pitch. That's the main reason, I think, because Moyes really wants to try and incorporate Bowen into that striker. So maybe Kudus perhaps isn't that sort of player that Moyes wants to convert into a striker. Maybe he sees him more as a winger. That would be what his reflections so far in his starting lineups and setups would suggest. But that could be an avenue that David Moyes could look down in the future if needs be. But currently, Bowen seems to be occupying that position if Antonio isn't on the pitch. So for me, not his best position, but certainly can do a job there. Now, pushing back into that sort of attacking midfield role is where Kudus has played quite a few of his games, and Paqueta has been put out onto the left-hand side, and Kudus has been put in this middle role. I think he's flourished in there, even though I think he is better, or I think for the team, it's better for him to be out on the right-hand side, because it then allows maybe Paqueta to play in that middle role. But he has definitely done well in that role as well, because he wins the ball back, he can dictate play really well, and he can push us up the pitch if needs be, which is a huge positive from Mohamed Kudus. He's got the attacking prowess to get the ball and to run forward and spray balls off to the right or to the left or through the middle if needed. And overall, his skill can get himself out of some perhaps dodgy situations that sometimes he gets himself in. He's got he's got every skill in the book there, hasn't he, really? And that role, the way he can sort of play that role is really good, don't get me wrong, but yet again, I still don't think it's probably his best and most favoured position. He's played all these roles at Ajax in the past, and he scored quite a few goals for them last season in these various positions. He's played right winger, attacking midfield, striker, pretty much everywhere up there in the past. But I think for the benefit of the team, in my opinion, I prefer to see Lucas Paqueta in that midfield role. But Kudus there, he's still a really good player and he can still influence the game in a positive manner from that position. So Moyes has tried him a little bit more in that sort of role, loitering around. And I say, Kudus has played in this role. They fluctuated around in these games, especially that Arsenal Carabao Cup game. Kudus, Bowen, Paqueta, Benrahma, they all sort of fluctuated around. They all floated about a bit, went to the right, went to the left, went up front. So there wasn't really any crystal clear sort of positions in that game. And I think that's what Moyes may try and look at going forward. Give these players a free role, say that their main position is there, but if the game allows them to do so, move out wide if needs be. If they sort of identify a weakness or a strength on one side in the opposition, then these players can move out and support each other as well, and really help and make this attacking front line function to the best of its ability. Now, moving Mohamed Kudus out to the right-hand side, which is what I'm going to do now. So that's sort of right, whether it's a right midfield role or sort of right winger, that's where he's occupied quite a bit of his time so far in East London. And that's where I probably think Moyes is going to play Mohamed Kudus in, whether it's the near future or long-term future, I don't know. Because Bowen has been playing through the middle, and if Moyes is going to persist with this, starting Antonio on the bench and giving him a sort of super sub 20 minutes, because there is going to be a time where Antonio, maybe the time is now that Antonio can't play every game. He's getting on a bit. He's in mid-30s now. I think Mikel Antonio Nelly is approaching that stage. I'm sure of that. And Moyes has banged the drum about converting Bowen on several occasions into a number 9, into a striker, into a more natural goal scorer. And at the moment, it's working, isn't it? He's scored, I think he's third in the Premier League goal scoring tally currently in the Premier League. He's scoring goals every week, whether it's in Europe or the Premier League. He's assisting as well. 8 goals so far, I think, in the league campaign, which is absolutely excellent for Jarrod Bowen. He broke the record the other week of scoring in the first 6 consecutive away games for a Premier League club. He is really flourishing. And yes, I still do think Jarrod Bowen's best position is out on the right-hand side, but I think we're all going to become accustomed to Jarrod Bowen starting more centrally, starting as that number 9, and maybe with 20 minutes to go when Antonio comes on, him moving out to the right-hand side. So yes, it's more favoured position, but as time goes on, I do think his favoured position may be more central, which is what Moyes really wants to do, which then leaves us with Mohamed Kudus playing on the right-hand side. He's played probably equal, maybe more time on the right-hand side compared to in the middle area. But on the right-hand side, one thing I noticed the other night, or the other day, I should say, against Nottingham Forest, he didn't have a lot of confidence in Vladimir Coufal. If you watch bits of that Nottingham Forest game back, he has various opportunities, whether it's on the overlap or just to pass it to Vladimir Coufal. And on numerous occasions, he sort of opted against it and tried a more harder way around to manoeuvre the ball. So maybe there's a lack of understanding and knowledge there between him and the right back, Vladimir Coufal. I'm not sure. I don't think Coufal had a great game against Forest, to be honest with you. So that might not have helped the situation. But Mohamed Kudus has been real quality getting up and down these flanks. He causes problems. He cuts inside, which is his main sort of trait. He'll get the ball and he'll cut inside and he'll try and lay it off or put a ball into the box and cause the opposition problems. So look, he's a really good player with all the traits that you need to be, whether it's a winger or an attacking midfielder. I still think David Moyes is a little bit bemused and a little bit confused to what Mohamed Kudus' best position is, and so am I to an extent. Even talking about it now, I planned this show and went, yeah, probably the right hand side is his favourite position. But then again, the more I talk about it, is it more that middle role or is it out on that side? Because I think he can play each role very well and to the best of his ability, but it's just how Moyes fits in the rest of these attacking players to make sure that those players aren't getting worse as a result of Kudus or Paqueta playing in specific positions. So Moyes has got to piece together this puzzle perfectionately over the international break, ready for our game against Burnley on the 25th of November. Once again, excited to see Kudus in a West Ham shirt. He seems to be making an impact every single week. And yeah, some people said he didn't have a fantastic game against Nottingham Forest, but I still didn't think he was bad. I still think he impacted the game and caused Forest trouble and really impacted the game well. So look, I rate him. I think he's a brilliant player, and he's only going to improve at his age now. You know, I think he's still quite a young lad. Kudus. He is 23, so he's not even nearing his peak full potential yet. So, and an exciting player that we need to crack down on and get his best position established and get him continuing flourishing in a West Ham United shirt. What do you think Mohamed Kudus' best position is? Put that in the comment section, along with your thoughts on Kudus and where you think he should be playing, and anything else you want to discuss. Put it into the comment section down below. If you agree with me, say. If you don't, you don't. It's a game of opinions, and I look forward to speaking to you in the comment section. From me, come on, you guys. Thank you very much indeed for watching this video, and until the next one, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.